Welcome, Weeblets, big and small. I, the Horn Lord, will save you all. Screw this shit. So, yo, what's up, everyone? It's Frost, and today we're gonna be giving you an adventure. So, this will be the adventure of the Fate series. Whoa. So you see, most people watch Fate for one of two things. They either watch it for the action, cool anime sword fights, whoa, or they watch it for the waifus. He got that ass. You watch for one of two things. You either watch for the action or you watch for the waifus, and you watch for the ass. There's no in between. You either watch one or you watch both, or you don't watch at all. That's all you watch Fate for. You watch for the waifus, you watch for the ass, you watch for the action. So you see, Fate, it's basically a series where you have servants and masters. You got some kinky shit going on right there. But basically, servants and masters, they all fight for a holy grail. So you know, the holy grail is like a golden cup looking shit. Each master, they get chosen by the holy grail. I'll choose you, I'll choose your average Joe, and I'll choose old Timmy over here. So each master, they get a servant. Now each servant is a historical figure. It can be King Arthur, it can be Hercules, it can be Frankenstein, whatever, doesn't matter. Historical figure, there you go, that's your servant. You don't get to choose or anything. Now each servant, they have their own subclass. So we have masters, we have servants, and then the servants have their subclass. So you can think of it as Pokemon in a sense. The Holy Grail is Professor Oak. The master is you, the trainer, and the servant is your Pokemon. Each servant has their own type in a sense. So your servant could be the Saber, let's say fire type. It could be Rider, let's say water type. It could be Caster, let's say grass type. And the list goes on. You have like 7 different servant classes, yada yada. So basically, Fate, the lore is, it's a battle royale, Apex Legends, whatever. And basically, you have these masters and servants. And the masters, they battle other masters with their servants. So it's kind of like Pokemon battles in a sense. And winner takes all. The Holy Grail grants your one wish that you want. That's basically the Fate lore right there. So you don't watch for the lore. As I already previously stated, you watch for the action or you watch for the ass. Well, you don't exactly watch for the plot. There is a tiny plot to follow. So you see, Fate, it was adapted from a visual novel. Now, if you don't know, visual novels, you can think of a visual novel as Apomp's Tale. So, in which case, you see a circle, and then you have 3 paths that you can go from there, right? Well, you can think of the circle as being the main part of the story, and then each branch is a separate ending you can go to. So, in this case, we can be like Doki Doki style. So, you have the main part of the story, and then you can either go through Yuri's path, or you can go through Natsuki's path, right? You have your 2 paths right there, you can't go back. There we go. That's how visual novels work, that's how Fate works. There's 3 separate endings. So you see, this big circle right here, it's gonna be Fate 0. So that's what you always start with. Fate 0, that's the starting section. Fate 0 has its own TV series, whatever. Pretty sure it's 2 seasons. Now we have the 3 paths. The first path is Fate Stay Night by Studio Dean. Now, I'm just gonna stay straight up, Studio Dean is not the best with action scenes. And as such, Fate Stay Night kind of fell flat, so I wouldn't recommend going through watching Fate Stay Night at all. Now, Studio Dean tried to redeem themselves by trying to adapt a second path called Unlimited Blade Works. They failed with the Unlimited Blade Works movie entirely, so don't watch that either. If you're gonna watch Unlimited Blade Works, which I recommend because you can go 2 paths right here. You can watch Unlimited Blade Works or you can watch Heaven's Feel. Heaven's Feel is a trilogy of movies. Those trilogy of movies are made by Ufotable, the same studio that made Fate Zero. You'll enjoy it. Now, Heaven's Feel, the third movie, is yet to release as of me recording this video. So there we go. You have Heaven's Feel, you have Stay Night, you have Unlimited Blade Works. 2 seasons, or you have the movie. As I said before, you don't watch the movie, so you have the 2-season TV series of Unlimited Blade Works. There we go. Fate Zero, and then you can either watch Unlimited Blade Works or Heaven's Feel. You can watch both if you want. That's the main section of Fate covered right there. Right? Fate Zero, and then you go Unlimited Blade Works or Heaven's Feel. Doesn't exactly matter. Well, there we go. That's 90% of Fate covered right there, with just a Apom's Tale. Now we can go on to spin-offs. So you see, we have the spin-offs, and then we have the Gacha series. I'll go into the Gacha series later, as that's just a shitstorm. So you see, for the spin-offs, we have Fate Calidliner. So Calidliner is basically where you have lolly magical girls trying to collect the servants, but in this case, the servants have been turned into Pokemon cards. You see, if you're into lolly Yuri, go ahead. I'm not trying to get arrested over here. Now we can go on to another spin-off called Fate Apocrypha. Fate Apocrypha is like 25 episodes. It's where Astolfo debuts. There we go. You're there for Astolfo. So Fate Apocrypha, once again, as I said, these are spin-offs. They have no relation to the previous series that I have mentioned. And they have no relations to each other. So Fate Apocrypha is just its own 25 episode, its own show basically. You don't have to watch the rest of Fate to watch Apocrypha. Apocrypha is its own thing. Now there we go, we have Apocrypha, we have Calidliner, and then we have some other spin-offs like Carnival Phantasm. We have one where the main character is a chef or some shit. You can watch the spin-offs if you want. Now we can go into the Gacha series. Now the Gacha series, if you don't know what a Gacha game is, let's go back to Pokemon. So when you buy a tin of Pokemon cards, well, you're hoping to get a good pull from each packet. That's basically like Gacha. You pay to get something, and you hope you get a good roll. If you don't, well, too bad, you're gonna pay more to get a good roll. That's how Gacha games work. Fate Grand Order is broken into 8 parts. So the first order, it's gonna be 2 movies, back to back. So the 2 movies will be called Camelot. Okay, that's gonna be the start of the Fate Grand Order series. Fate Grand Order starts with Camelot, but the problem is, Camelot has been announced, but it's not out yet. Therefore, you can't exactly start. Now that's a problem. Now we go to Order 2 because that's the next best thing. Well, wait, have I mentioned, Orders 2 to 6 do not exist. They're gonzo. They haven't been announced, nothing. So you're like, okay, you say 2 to 6, then does that mean 7 is out? You're correct, bro. Part 7 is out, and that's called like Zetai Suju Babylonia, whatever. It's 21 episodes. It's a TV series. It shows Gilgamesh, whatever. It's cool. You can watch it on its own, because I sure as hell did. I didn't understand most of it, but it's fine. I'm there for the action, not for the plot, because that's what you do with Fate. So there we go. We have Fate Grand Order. The first part has been announced. Part 7 is out. 2 to 6, nowhere to be seen. And Part 8 has been announced. There we go. We've explained basically all of Fate right there. Now we can go on to what confuses most people. Now you see, as I mentioned before, each servant has their own typing, so to speak. So when people are like, Saber of Red is not the same as Red Saber, and they do not equal Saber. Take that in. Take that in. There we go. So, time to break this apart. Saber of Red. Saber of Red is from Apocrypha. Now, Apocrypha, it works like this. Apocrypha, you have 2 teams. You have the red team and you have the black team. Okay, you can think of it Pokemon style. You have Team Aqua, Team Magma. There we go. Team Aqua, Team Magma. Saber of Red means it's, since you see, nobody in the Holy Grail War will have the same type servant as someone else. So you can think of it like a draft league in Pokemon. When you take a Charizard, nobody else in the draft league is gonna have a Charizard. You can think of it like that. So if you end up lucky, you're lucky. So in this case, Fate Apocrypha takes it different. So you can have dupes between the two. So you can have a Saber on the red team, and you can have a Saber on the black team. You can have a Rider on the red team, Rider on the black team. Basically, it's like an even match, but they have their own variants. So like, I have a Groudon, he has Kyogre. They're both the Saber type, whatever. There we go. Now you see, Saber of Red is the Saber of the red team in Apocrypha. It's the fire type of Team Magma, Camera. So now we can go on to Red Saber. We can say Red Saber is Primal Groudon, because it's red. Too much of a surprise? Not really. It's a red fire type, it's the Red Saber. There we go. Now we can go on to Normal Saber. Normal Saber is King Arthur. Now I don't know if this King Arthur has a dick or not. I don't mind. But there we go. Normal Saber is King Arthur. Red Saber is like whatever. Saber of Red is whatever. Not gonna give anything else for spoilers reasons, whatever. Doesn't matter. There we go. That's basically all of Fate. Hope that helps. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.